Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kemi, and I'm here to talk about Beyond the Gates episodes 122 to 123. Yes, 122 to 123. So this is Thursday and Friday's episode. So we start off the episode with Danny and her mom and dad's, and they come in, they check on her, and she's still, down because it's been a day. So like it's the next morning, I'm sorry, and Chelsea still hasn't come home, so they're, worried. She's still, is she's, again, she's down, her baby's gone. So they come in to check on her, and as they're checking on her, seeing if she wants anything, um, what's it called? Naomi runs in saying Jacob found some information. So we cut to Kat at her house cleaning, and Jacob comes in and she's like, why y'all messed up my place? Y'all didn't even clean. Y'all, I want to file a complaint. She's just still still reeling from not having Chelsea. And he tells her that they found some things, so they're going to he came to give her an update or whatever. So then we cut to Chelsea waking up, and Allison is there in a freaking a wedding dress. I really can't with Allison. She is cracking me up. So she asked Chelsea to marry her, and Chelsea's just like, girl, whatever. So we cut to the hospital, and we see Shanice, and she's looking at bags. She's looking at the Chelsea Cat bags because, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they're actually launching these bags like for people to actually buy, which is so cute. Good marketing, really good. The bags are cute. I may pick one up. We'll see. But yeah, so we cut to her looking at the Instagram photo of the bags, and then Madison walks in, and she's Shanice asked her if there's been any news because on the radio they're saying no, and Madison is just like, no, there's no news. And Shanice is just like, then why are you here? And she's just like, I have to do something, and I don't want to just be sitting and waiting, basically. So she's, at work because she wants to do work or whatever. So we see Andre and Ted. They're at the country club and they're talking. And this whole conversation, I'm gonna just get this out the way. I don't know why Ted is even listening to Andre and the advice that he's giving him, because it don't make no sense. Because first he was telling him you need to go and you need to fight for your marriage and all this other stuff, and Ted has not done any of that. And then now Andre is just like, don't even fight for it. They're going through trauma, X, Y, and Z. And Andre is just like, now that me and Ashley are no longer a thing, I'm, focusing on Danny because of what she's going through and all this other stuff. And it's just like, boy, anyways. And Ted is just like, well, what I'm hearing is that Andre, you're helping Danny through a crisis, and Ashley's helping Derek through a crisis. So that means that I need to help my wife during this crisis. And it's just like, that sounds all fine and dandy, but you still have yet to even do anything. You haven't even called her to check on her to see if she's okay, see if there's anything there they need. You haven't done anything. You're calling Kat, but she's not answering. So why didn't you take your behind over there to check on your daughter whose best friend cousin is missing? Like, you're not doing anything. And it's like, the more and more he's just sitting and we're seeing him not doing anything, the more and more I want Nicole to really get this divorce, because Ted is just like a bump on the log, and it's so annoying because it's just like, sir, like, why aren't you doing, like, what is wrong with you? What, like, for real, what is wrong with you? Like, you're not even trying to get your wife back. You're just there. So then we see Leslie and Eva walk in, and she's strutting and all this other stuff, just trying, be seen by Ted, and so she's basically meeting up with Vanessa. And again, I am still side eyeing Vanessa because, girl, why did you even show her these houses? You should have let that lady be blacklisted. Like, ugh. So, anyways, she, like, I just don't get it because, like, y'all got money. Like, why aren't y'all like, if money talks, like, y'all should have like, y'all should have made sure these neighbors, like, but I don't know at the same time because it's just like, I'm not gonna pay my neighbors not to sell their house and child. Shoot, if y'all got money like that, I would have bought the house. If they was selling it, I would have came in and gave a counter offer, and it was just like, why are y'all even whatever? Anyway, so because it's just like, if y'all do this one time, that means that y'all gonna have to continuously do it, and it's just like, I'm not about to go broke to keep this lady out of the gates. But then at the same time, I'll be like, okay, let her get in the gates, let her move across the street. You ain't gonna get no other perks being in the gates but having that house, because no, we built this country club, you can't get in. We have the right to refuse whoever we want. I don't care how much money you want to give. You not getting in. I don't know what to tell you. So, anyways, but so yeah, so she's meeting with Vanessa to get the keys, and Vanessa tells her that the people who own the house, they want 90 days to find a new place. And it's, again, it's just like, why would y'all sell y'all house if y'all gonna have to like, anyways. So yeah, so they stipulated in the contract that she can't move in for 90 days. So that's, they have 90 days to, like, she's giving the people, I mean, the Dupree's a reprieve for 90 days or whatever. So um Leslie is mad because she wants to be there. She wants to paint the front of the house magenta or something like that. And she's just like, what am I going to do? And it's just like, girl, you got a place. And if you want to move so bad, go find another house. Why must you be in the gates? Like, I know why she wants to be in the gates, but again, it's just like, I guess, whatever. So she's, sad about it. She wants to hurry up and get in the gates because she wants that one over there. She wants to stake her claim. She wants to stake her claim in the gates and stake her claim on Ted. And it's just like, girl, like, that man don't want you. Why are you so pressed to be with this man that don't want you? Like, after all the things that he's done, like, why do you still want this man? Like, but anyways, so she's sad about it. Eva tells her to go and shop or whatever, and she's just like, oh, if only Mona and I forgot the other lady's name. I don't know why I always forget her name, but Ashley Mama, if only they were still my friends, we could go shopping. I can get them day passes and all this stuff. And it's just like, girl, they don't need nothing from you. They got, girl, stop. Anyways, so she walks out or whatever to go shopping because Eva told her to go shopping. And then also we find out that she can never go broke because she gets money, if I'm not mistaken, every 6 months she's getting money. And then the money was also put into investments that are making money for her already. So she can never go broke. And it's just like, I hate that they I hate that they made her rich like this, and there's no way that she can lose that money. Cause it's just like, at the end of the day, she should, like, I get that y'all want to keep her around. Y'all could keep her around, but not like this. Like, she's a great actress and everything, but the character is just, she anyways. So Eva goes to talk to Ted because Andre's left. He went to go see Danny. She goes and talks to Ted, and she's asking Ted to talk to her mom because she would only listen to her and all this other stuff. And it's just like, Eva gets on my nerves because, this man, he is saying that he still wants his wife and he wants to get back with his wife, but yet and still you keep asking him to do things for your mom, which is the main reason why he's no longer with his wife. you keep saying that you love Nicole and you love Ted and you want them back together, yet you keep asking Ted to be in these predicaments where Nicole would be upset with him. All because what? Like what's the reasoning? What, like, oh, mama only listened to you and da da da. No, mama don't listen to nobody. She don't listen to nobody. Like I it's annoying because it's just like you, and then you keep like she just annoys me because it's just like, girl, you're not like, the reason why Kat doesn't like you makes it keeps making sense. Like you keep proving Kat right with the things that you do. Like you don't love Nicole. You don't, because if you did, you wouldn't want him to be around your mama. You wouldn't ask him for money to give to your mama. You wouldn't do all these things that you keep doing, but yet and still you keep doing them because that's your mama. And it's just like, girl, talk to your mama. Your mama should listen to you. Like the fact that you're saying mama's only going to listen to a man and not her daughter, like, girl. But anyways, so he decides to go and meet Leslie. So we're at the Duprees, and um Nicole is not Nicole, sorry. Naomi is telling the family, minus Anita, because she went to go and make some phone calls or answer some calls or something like that. She went to go do something. So Naomi's telling the family what Jacob has found. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jacob had found they went through her emails and they got like her shopping list, and where everything was being sent was sent to a different place than what she had listed on the insurance or something like that. So they were going to go and search that place or whatever, because that's what he comes to tell Kat. So Naomi's telling them that the doorbell rings, Nicole goes and gets it, she comes back and she has been served by Ted, saying that he wants a full audit of their assets, to make sure that everything gets split 50-50. And then we find out that, well, we don't find out, but they find out that Bill is the one who's representing him. And it's just like they're all mad at Bill, and Bill is just like, I was just like, Bill is a mess. But I was on Bill's side with this, and I hate that they got me on Bill's side a lot because Bill is But yes, I was on Bill's side with this because it's just like, girl, you filed for divorce. He was gonna get a lawyer. Why are you upset that Bill is the lawyer that he got? Like, Bill is not a part of y'all's family. Like y'all have said and done everything to make this man know that he is not a part of their family. And granted, he deserved all of that because of what he did. But at the same time, why are you upset that Ted went to his friend, his brother-in-law, or ex, whatever he is to him, to help him with the divorce that you are asking for, Nicole? Like, I don't get it. And then they're making it seem like he did this at the time that his daughter was missing. And it's just like, when would he have had time when he's been there this whole time? So he explains like, I I did not do this. Yes, I am his lawyer, and wouldn't y'all rather have had me as a lawyer, who someone else who would go and spread all this information to the blogs? Like, at least I'm keeping this in house. I have somebody else working on my cases since I found out about what's going on with Chelsea, and they must have hired a process server without my knowledge. Like, no, I didn't do this on purpose. And so they're just like, oh, you're an ass and all this other stuff. And it's just like, y'all tripping, because that man was going to get a divorce lawyer anyway. You got one, so what do you expect? So, girl, stop it. So, what's her name? What's this girl's name? Vanessa comes and she basically tells them that she's able to hold Leslie off for 90 days. And they're saying that good job, but we need to find a way that she can't never move in. So they go and so they basically not blackmail. Well, yeah, they blackmail Ted I mean, not Ted, but Bill, to go and talk to her. Is just like, you owe Nicole, because Danny saying like, you owe her, like, I know what it feels like to have the mistress living in my face. And it's just like, yeah, that was a snap. That was a dig at you. That was a dig at you, Bill, because yes, she sees Haley all the time because of you. But I digress. So Bill goes to Leslie's house, and he basically tells her like, you better find somewhere else to live, and you better lay low because money talks, but it don't talk that much. And the fact that I'm here having to deal with you instead of looking for my daughter, you don't want to see me angry. So Leslie's scared or whatever. Um, we see Cat and what's his name? Jacob. They're talking about the whole, the house where all the packages were sent to. So she follows him because he's just like, okay, fine, you can come with me, because she's just like, I'm not staying here. You can come with me to go search this place, but stay in a car. So they go search the place. They don't find anything. Come to find out, Kat went in the garage and she found a storage key, and she was just like, found something. So they um they go to the storage locker, and at the storage locker they find, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they find Allison's diary, and basically they find out that she's been stalking her from the very beginning, and she really isn't well. So we also see Derek and Ashley in this episode because again, Madison's at work, so Madison is checking up on her patient. Then we see Shanice doing physical therapy with Derek, and he's trying to push himself further than what he should be pushing himself. And Shanice is basically telling him like, just do what, like, let your body is talking to you, listen to your body, and also listen to Ashley. And Ashley's in there, and she's like, trying to give him a pep talk, and then he's like down because he's just like, oh, people are going to be looking at me differently, I can't do what I used to do, and all this other stuff. And she's feeling sad and all this other stuff, and it's just like, y'all are boring still, and I don't know why y'all are still on my screen, but we are going to move on from this because that is all that I have for them. So we see what else happens this episode, because I'm gonna get to the best part at the end. So yeah, okay, so yeah, so now we're getting to the good part. So we see again, we saw Chelsea and Allison. Chelsea had woke up and Allison was there in a wedding dress, so she asked her to marry her. And Chelsea is just like, girl, no. And Allison is just like, well, would I have to take out Madison in order for you to marry me and all this other stuff? And she's just like, okay, fine, and then she's just like, okay, well, since we're gonna get married, we need to go to the justice of peace, so you can go ahead and uncuff me and we can go. And Allison is just like, oh no, we don't need to go. I got ordained. It's just like, girl, you got ordained to marry yourself, but okay. So then Chelsea is just like, yeah, but we need a marriage certificate and we need witnesses to make this legal. And she's just like, we don't need all of that. All we need is God. God is our witness. And as long as God views it, this is all that matters. I was just like, Allison, please. Girl, like, yeah, please. Like, Allison is a mess. So they get married. So Allison does her vows, and then she tells Chelsea to do her vows. So Chelsea is saying her vows, and her vows were cute though. I'm not even gonna lie, it was real cute because she was just like, I promise to treat you how you have treated me. I was like, Chelsea is a mess. And so she does her vows, and she's just like doing it through gritted teeth, but they were cute. So they get married, and because I mean, even before that, Chelsea was just like, I gotta get dressed, I gotta look pretty, and she was like, it's okay, I know exactly what you'll look good in. And she goes and puts some lipstick on her. She was like, see, perfect. It's like, girl, Allison, I cannot with her. I cannot. So they get married. kid. I'm sorry. Allison is a mess. So while they were getting married, we had Anita and the family. They're praying. So they're it's like it was the direction and how everything was um it was like they were praying and then they were cutting to Kat and Jacob reading her Allison's diary, and then we cut to and um Chelsea and Allison getting married. So it was really cute. So they get married and they kiss, and it was just like, because Chelsea was just like, "Girl, I'm not about to kiss you." And I will say, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but I like the way whenever, like, because this happened earlier in the weeks. I'm not sure. I feel like it was like every time we got to Chelsea and Allison, like the way the lighting was, it looked like they were in a dream sequence. Because again, Allison is bat crazy. So it looked like every time we would see Allison and Chelsea, it was like we were in a dream watching those scenes because of the way that the lighting was. And I was just like, I thought that was so good. Also, there was a scene with when after Andre had left the country club, he went to the Dupree's to check on Danny. And Danny, Carla Mosley, she ate that. She's like, that lady actress, I hope she gets all the Emmys. This whole cast, majority of the cast, need to get some Emmys. So that was oh, and then we also had another scene, like, see, and I'm just jumping around, so I'm sorry, but we also had another scene where, when I tell you I fell in love, like, I had already liked Chelsea and Madison, but when Madison was talking to Shanice and they were at the hospital, this was like after they had went to go see Derek and Ashley. They was at the nurses station, and she was just talking about like the dreams that she had with Chelsea and how she doesn't know if they'll come true, and the way, like, her acting, like the way she broke down. I was just like, see, I need them back together. Like, I need them back together. I really like them together. So cute. So that was that. That was the end of that episode. So we get to um Friday's episode, and so we get to Friday's episode, and we start off with not Chelsea. We start off with Kat and Jacob, and they're reading Allison's diary, and again they're seeing how crazy she is. We then go to see Chelsea and Allison, and they haven't kissed yet. So this is like, that's how last episode ended, where it was just like, you may now kiss the bride. So they're about to kiss, and then Allison is just like, "Oh wait, I forgot," and she goes and gets them rings. Allison is really crazy. So she gives them the rings, and she gives them rings or whatever, and she was just like, now you may kiss the bride, and that's when she pecks her, and then Allison is just like, "Oh, okay, just a little tease for our love making tonight," and Chelsea's just like, "Girl." So then we cut to Tomas at the office, and Eva comes in. So she comes in to ask him about her mom painting the house magenta. And again, this is why I don't like Eva. Like, why do you keep going to this man? Like, you keep going to Tomas knowing that that is your sister's boyfriend, and she doesn't like you. So you continuously go towards this man after he dumped you, after y'all done made out behind your sister's back, and he dumped you, and you were saying, like, "I'm gonna be okay," and you're crying and all this other stuff, and still you keep going to him for what? Because you wanted to get advice on her painting a house magenta? Like, no, like, that doesn't make sense, because you were just talking to Ted about your mom not moving into that place. So Ted has a plan. So now why are you going to Thomas to ask about a house that you don't think your mom is going to move into? Like, girl, like you just wanted to go to him for whatever reason. So she comes in, he tells her she looks beautiful and he's flirting with her. And then she asks about Kat. And it's just like, again, you are always bringing up Kat. Why do you continuously bring up Kat? Leave that girl alone whenever you with her man. It's like I feel like she's always bringing up Kat to see where Tomas and Kat stand so that she can make her move. And if that's the reason why she's doing that, then again, everything that that Kat has said about you is true. And you are your mama. You're going after somebody else's man. Yet and still, and then at that, it's your sister's man. So it's like, so she mentions Kat, asks how Kat's doing. Tomas has yet to check up on his girlfriend when her best friend slash cousin has been missing. And I'm just like, sir, why are you not with her? Like, why have you not called her? Why have you not checked up on her? First of all, why weren't you with her last night? Y'all were together prior to the event and then you just disappeared. Why were you not with her when she was going to her family's house looking for Chelsea? Why were you not with her? Where were you this whole time? And you finally called to check on her. So you mean to tell me you didn't check on her the night before when you found out that Chelsea was missing? You didn't check on her then? No, you didn't. You didn't check on her when you first woke up this morning to see if she was okay, if they had any news on Chelsea? No, you didn't. You didn't check up on her until Eva said something. And it's like, and then you're talking about, oh, no matter what problems we may have, I'm still worried about her. And it's just like, what problems are y'all having at this moment in time? From my recollection, y'all was all good and dandy. So what problems are y'all having that would make you think that you couldn't contact your girlfriend to check on her because her best friend slash cousin slash roommate slash her everything is missing? And yet again, Eva, you are witnessing this man be a bum and a trash ass boyfriend. And yet, and still, you are actively flirting with this man and wanting to be with this man. Do you think he's going to be better with you because y'all are what, both from the same side of the tracks? You think he's acting this way because he's with Kat, someone who's not from the same side of the tracks as him? You think he's going to be different? If he's acting this way towards his own girlfriend, actively cheating on her, and I don't care what nobody say, they were together. They did not have a breakup to say, we are not together when he went to Eva's hotel and started making, no, when he was at the Orphe Jeans in public and they was making out, and Eva, you kissed him first and then y'all took it back to the room and y'all was making out on the bed. He was not broken up with Kat. They were still together. I don't care what he says because they did not have a conversation that said, you know what, we're not together. Because after all of that, he went to that girl and he slept with her and they didn't have no conversation about them getting back together. And now all of a sudden, oh, that's my girlfriend, but before it wasn't. Miss me with that. So Eva, you were still wrong because that man actively cheated on his girlfriend, which is your sister, with you, and you are still actively flirting with this man, knowing that he's with your sister. So, anyways, they talk about HOA or whatever they talk about. So that's them, and I honestly, I can't wait till Kat finds out that they made out because I need Kat to read him for filth and let that man go, and I need I need a new man to come into the picture for her because Tomas, you and Eva deserve each other. Y'all can have each other, and then once y'all get together, Tomas is gonna find somebody else so that he can flirt with, and then you'll see what it feels like. So yeah, that's them. So, oh, child. We see Ted going, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. When this scene happened, it didn't click in my head until the end what was happening. Because I was just like, wait, what? So we see Ted going to Leslie's, and she's like, she don't want to open the door at first because she thinks it's Bill, and he's just like, no, it's me. She opens the door, she lets him in. He's there to let her know that they're hit that um what's her name, that Nicole filed for divorce, and so she's all excited and happy and all this other stuff. And again, it's just like, why do you're excited for him to get a divorce thinking that he's going to be with you, and why do you want to be with a man who has disrespected you for all this time? Like, he has paid you numerous times to get out of his life. He Again, I don't know if he knew that you were pregnant. I can't remember. If I'm not mistaken, he did. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. Did he know, or did she say she got rid of? I can't remember. But he has actively disrespected you since you've been back in town. He's paid you. He's gone off on you. He's told you he don't want you, and yet and still you want to lay claim to this man, and this is your man. Like, he was never your man, like, ever. Like, he was never your man, and he will never be. Well, I can't say he will never be, because it's a soap opera, so they may get together. But like, you like jumping for joy because he's getting a divorce, thinking that it's gonna bring y'all together. But girl, okay. So she's excited. He tells her that she's filing for divorce, and he wants to give Leslie the house. He wants Leslie to live in his house because that's his house and his house alone. And she's just like all excited because she's just like, and he was just like, that's where I raise my kids, and X, Y, and Z. And I don't want her to sell it to somebody else because that's where my kids grew up. So I would prefer if it stayed in the family. And also, if I give it to you, then that means that you and Eva can live in it, and maybe, who knows, I could come back too. And it's just like, excuse me, sir, what? So then they start talking about him staying in a hotel, and he doesn't want to be like Dylan from Now to 210. And then she was just like, oh my God, yes. And I'm Brenda, and Nicole is Kelly. And it's just like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are not Brenda. You are Kelly, just without the money, because you are the one who cheated. You are the one who cheated with this man when he was with the Brenda, because Nicole is a Brenda, but just with money. So, ma'am, I don't know, girl. So she's all excited about that. So she's just like, okay, cool. So he goes back to the hotel, or he goes to Eva, and he tells Eva, I got your mom not to buy the house or whatever, because he told her, to take away your bid for the house, and you can have my house, and I'll sign the deed over to you. You ain't got to pay for it. I'm not selling it to you. I'm giving it to you, X, Y, and Z. So then um, we see Nicole, she's with Martin, and they're talking about family and being back in relationships. And him and Smitty are working on getting back together. And he asked her, how about her and his dad, Ted. And she's just like, I filed for divorce, ain't no getting back together. And he thinks it's his fault because of the secret that he kept. Um, and she's just like, it's not your fault. It was a bunch of things. Like, it's not just that one secret, it's a bunch of different secrets, and it's okay. Like, don't take this. It's not you, it's us. We are not going to be together. So he's just like, all right. So he's still feeling down because he thinks it's his fault. They talk about Chelsea and Kat, and they're gonna find they're gonna find Chelsea and all this other stuff. So Martin is gone. She's getting ready to go back to her parents' house to be with Danny. And Leslie walks in, and she's just like, girl, if you don't just leave. And she was just like, you need to pack your bags and leave, because your soon to be ex-husband has given me this house. And that's when it clicked in my head. And I was just like, wait, so you mean to tell me, Ted, You went to this girl, you went to Leslie and offered her the house that Nicole is actively living in right now, where she does her work, where her office is at. You offered her that house, and then instead of taking your behind to Nicole to tell her what you were doing, you took your behind to Eva to tell her. I don't understand why you didn't think that Leslie would run. She would run her behind straight to that house so that she can rub it in Nicole's face, like, cause that's cause like I said, like that whole time he was talking about the house, I thought he was talking about a different house that he had prior to meeting Nicole and all this other stuff. Like it really didn't register in my head that he was talking about the house that Nicole is actively living in. I was just like, so when she came over and she said that, I said, I know you lying. Ted, is you okay? Like you is you okay, Ted? So and then you didn't go and tell her. You went to Eva of all people. I like you should have known that she was gonna run her behind to Nicole to tell her. So now Nicole has to deal with that on top of the fact that her niece is missing, and you have still yet to reach out to her to tell her anything, give her like offer assistance, nothing. And I cannot wait till y'all get divorced because you deserve this divorce. You deserve to lose everything, Dad, because you are moving so sloppy, like extremely sloppy. Child. So those were the, let's see. Okay, so we see, so again, I'm gonna get to the good stuff at the end. So we see Kat and Jacob, they're talking about they're going through the letters. They're like worried about Chelsea because this lady, she just seems really unhinged. So she's like, Kat gets frantic and she gets like, oh, like she starts to cry because she's just like, oh my God, what is she gonna do? Like, oh my God. So Jacob gives her a hug as he's hugging. Madison walks in and she's just like, oh my God, did something happen? And then so they give her the details of all of this, and then they're thinking, Kat and Jacob are thinking that maybe she wouldn't hurt Chelsea, and Madison is just like, she hurt herself. If she would hurt herself, she would hurt Chelsea. And they were just like, what are you talking about? And she was just like, remember she came in for that that wound, whatever, and she was willing to say it was domestic abuse just to get Chelsea on her side. And Jacob was just like, well, was she faking it? And she was just like, no, I examined the wound myself, and it was a true wound, and maybe it was self-inflicted. And they're just like, oh, we have to find Chelsea, because if we don't find Chelsea, it's gonna be like something. And Kat is just like, I feel like something bad is gonna happen. Like I can feel it. And she was just like, I get that from my grandma on my dad's side. She always said how she had intuition, and maybe it's my intuition or my gut that's telling me like we need to find Chelsea now. And so Jacob is just like, that gave me an idea. And they were just like, what? And he was just like, she said, when you said grandma, something made me remember something that she had said, something that Allison had wrote in her journal about how she inherited something. And they were just like, he was just like, money isn't the only thing that you can inherit. And they were just like, oh, real estate. And then he was just like, and I checked with her family and they live in Hawaii. So there's no way that she would have gotten on a plane with Chelsea, so she must have inherited something nearby. So they look it up and they find out that her grandma, um, gave her a cabin in the woods, and it's in Virginia. So they're going to Virginia they're going to since they got the address, they're gonna go and see if that's where Chelsea is at. So we get to Chelsea, and this is when they kiss, because it was just like, well, real quick. And she's Allison is just like, oh, we're gonna make love later tonight and all this other stuff, and Chelsea is just like, girl, please. So she leaves. Um, Allison leaves, and Chelsea sees a knife on the table, and she's going to like try to reach the knife, but then she can't because Allison's coming back. And when Allison come back, this lady done changed into a new wedding dress. And it was just like, ma'am, are you oh no, you're not okay. I don't know why I keep asking if you're okay, because you're not okay. But she done changed into a new wedding dress, and she done brought a cake, and she gave the history. She was like, this was a bride's cake, and we gotta feed each other, and we gotta cut a piece and feed each other, and that's good luck. And Chelsea's just like, well, let me cut you a cake since I'm the bride. And then Allison is getting ready to give her the knife. And she was just like, I don't want you to cut yourself. I'll cut the cake and I'll feed you. And then I'll cut your slice so you can feed me. And Chelsea's just like, God dog it. So they feed each other cake. And Allison is just like, she's just like, how do you like my clothes? And she was just like, it's fine. And she was just like, you think this is you think like this is fine, and she's just like, I'm just playing with you. I'm yanking your chain, yanking your chain. And it's just like, girl, stop it. And then another thing, it was just like, Allison is crazy. Is she gonna tell her when they ate the cake, and she was just like, ooh, the cake is good, because she made the cake. So when they made her taste the cake, she was like, this cake is so sweet. That's not the only thing that's sweet. And Chelsea looked at her like, bitch. Oh my goodness. I was just like, this girl is crazy. So Allison is ready to, she wants to set up the place so that they can, make love. And then she's like she's trying to take off Chelsea's clothes. And Chelsea's just like, no, I'm not gonna make love to you. I would never love you. I'm not making love to you. Like, no, like, girl. So Chelsea starts to talk to her, and Allison is just like, you know what, you're right. So she goes to get the keys to give it to Chelsea, and Chelsea is just like, like getting ready to give the keys, and then she throws it, and then she picks up the knife, and she's just like, if I can't have you, then no one else can have you. And they start to tussle, and that's how it ends. So this is so good. So we had the week off because of preemptions, because it was Labor Day. So Monday was off, and then we took the whole week off. And again, I was like annoyed, because I was just like, man, I can't, like, I've been waiting for the soaps to come back because it's been real good. And then, like, being on Twitter, finding out all this stuff. So the reason why we've been getting all these preemptions, because this isn't the first time that we've gotten a week off. Is because they were season one for the Gates was they only got a 200 episode order. So normally most soaps get between 230 and 250. And then because there's like 250 something days in a year or something like that they can air, but because of preemptions and all of that with like holidays and preemptions or whatever, they give them that leeway. But because this is the first season, they only got 200, so um, break apart, like they had to like do the preemptions. They had to have scheduled preemptions because they didn't have enough episodes to make it for the full year. And if I'm not mistaken, like a couple weeks back, they had finished episode 200. So episode 200, they were already filming for the Christmas episodes. So right now we're on episode 123. So that means we have roughly about 70 something more episodes. Yeah, around like 70 something more episodes left that they can air for the rest of the year. If I'm not mistaken, not even just the rest of the year, but up until April. I'm not sure, because I don't know when the seasons will start. So I'm thinking it's towards the end of the year. I'm thinking they 200 will end at the end of this year, and then season 2 will start in January. But again, I'm not sure, because I know this season started in February. And then I know they normally get all soaps normally get their renewals in April. So I'm not sure if April is when the season starts for all of them, or if the seasons start in January. So it's like a calendar year is a season. I'm not sure, but either way it goes, they only have 200 episodes, and we're at 123. So we still have the rest of the year for episodes to air, and we're just in September, so we still have September, October, November. We still have 4 more months worth of episodes that we can air, that we can have for the 200. And we're going to miss Thanksgiving and the day after, and then Christmas and Christmas Eve. Those are known preemptions. So that's why we keep getting these preemptions. But I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the last week preemption that we have. We may have, again, Christmas and Thanksgiving. We're going to get those preemptions. I don't know if we're going to get any other preemptions. And then again, if anything happens in the world and they get that preemption. So that's the reason why we're getting this break. But we'll be back on Monday with new episodes. And we saw they've released like the previews, so we know that Chelsea is going to be found. Of course, we knew she was going to be found, and Allison is taken alive. And then we also see in the preview that they showed at the end of the episode, it was Allison and Chelsea fighting, and then also Vanessa getting ready to sleep with Joey again, and Doug walks in, and then Leslie is crying to Eva, talking about she is somebody, and it's just like, girl, whatever. But yeah, so that was the episode. So we'll be back on Monday with episode 124. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Get down in the comments, let me know what you guys thought of these episodes. And again, if you like what you see, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.